Oh, hold on, I have this. Have you guys seen this clip? It's gotten a bunch of attention in part because it's insufferable, but also because people are sexist, which is funny because I feel like she's acting very, like, boy-coded here, not to, you know, not to be essentialist or whatever. You guys seen this clip?
I have no morals. That is a rather shocking thing to admit, but religious texts are a snooze fest. I have none of the selfless love of my mother. I might help the guy who's dropped his groceries, but I might not. I find human rights declarations satirical at best. I am, to be blunt, only loyal to myself. Today I won't kill someone, but who knows what may happen tomorrow. I don't feel any more bound by ideological rules than a bird or an antelope. There's a scorpion.
How many views? 1.3 million views on the shit talking quote. 6.5 in the original. Yeah, people are talking about it. Wow, she's so cool. Yeah.
Feel guilt or shame. Is a whale aware of good and evil? Now, I wasn't born in the West, but I lived there for many years. And it's so jarring always, hearing the same people who colonize the majority of the world and still casually bomb civilians lecture me on how freedom and governance works. The same people who describe resistance as violence, but not homelessness or apartheid. So spare me the moral universalism, as if it is inherent, as if it doesn't just take me disagreeing to nullify the point. You can choose respect, cooperation, and solidarity for purely selfish, rational reasons. It is in my interest to protect my home and my species from harm. It is in my interest to be honest. It is in my interest to live in a more equitable world. I am told constantly to condemn the dictatorships I live in or express some kind of symbolic outrage over this and that and to accept ideologies that have never served me. And somehow, still, your morality kills more people than my selfishness ever will.
I'm 15 and this is deep. Makes sense, please. I don't know. It's just, I agree with the quote tweet here. This is the consequence of mass desocialization because of the internet. You're supposed to be bullied and embarrassed out of doing this shit by 14 to 16. I feel like sometimes people say bring bullying back, but I feel like people, there's like two tiers of bullying that people often conflate, I think. There's like actual bullying, which can be life-ruining, right? Like when there's like a kid who's weird and everyone's like, let's fuck his life up forever or whatever. That's not good, I think. I think that's probably morally wrong. But what we're talking about isn't like that kind of bullying. What we're talking about is like, people should be subject to social pressure to not be antisocial. Right? Like people should be when you're growing up. It's like that one meme, the 4chan green text post, like before internet, grow up, have fetish for toasters, don't be a fucking idiot, grow up normal. Versus now that there's an internet, have fetish for toasters, find niche community forum for toaster fetishists, fuck up your entire life. It's kind of like that. Not a single lie was told. Classic pink dot statement. Now she's wrong on everything here. It's just narcissism under a veer of being a moral contrarian. Yeah. Yeah. But like people should be, you know, say like bullied out of it. But like, yeah, I feel like the shared belief in a social contract is slipping. They might be 15. I don't think this girl's 15. She looks like an adult to me. I'm sorry, is my read off on this? I think she looks like an adult to me. I don't know. I'd be way more harsh if she was an adult. What? Is she not an adult? Is this not clearly like an adult? She looks 16 to me. Okay, genuinely, are you high? Are you kidding? Look at her facial structure. She looks like she could easily be like early 30s. What the fuck do you mean she looks 16? And what possible reality could you be? Yeah, when was the last time you saw a 16-year-old in Grease? The film Grease? She looks 16. I don't know. Are you racist? Is it because she's Asian? I don't go to the video. She's clearly rich and an expat. Well, yeah, obviously. She said she wasn't born in the West, but she was raised here. She's obviously well off. Yeah. So, wait, is this fucking Dubai? Where is this? Ew, God, that looks gross. Yeah, it's Dubai. Okay, yeah, she's rich and an expat. Yeah, whatever. Base says 24 to 30. Body says 16 to 21. What the fuck are we talking about? What are we... Okay, you all would. All right, we're escalating to DEFCON. We're going from DEFCON 5 to DEFCON 3. From now on, you're all accepting the fact that she looks like she's in her late 20s, early 30s, or you're getting banned. I have no idea what the fuck you're on about. What were you all like actually stunlock me there? What are we talking about here? What I actually forgot what the point we were making was. You've just never seen women? I mean, she has the moral philosophy of a teenager, so... Wait, true, chat thinks she's young because they're used to seeing every adult around them fat as fuck. That's true, it's the American bias, yeah. They're like, the only way a person could have this waistline is if they don't have an independent income with which to buy yum-yums at the grocery store. Which, like, fair for me, you know? What were we talking about? That we need to bully people more? I guess. You all clearly deserve to be bullied more. This is what happens when 25 to 30-year-old actors play teenagers in media. True, true. We're getting opinions from, like... We're getting opinions from people who, like, watch Supernatural, or what are, like, the classic TV shows where they're all in high school, but the actors are all, like, in their 30s or whatever? Euphoria? Riverdale? Riverdale is what I'm thinking about. Yeah. People are like, yeah, it looks like a 15-year-old to me. I would have, if I was like raised off American television, I might feel that way. But if you ever drive past a school, you realize that all high schoolers actually look like infants. It's crazy. You see, the school gets out and you're like trying to catch the road back home before like the post, like the latter half of the rush hour kicks in, and everyone is like this awkward, bloated, gangly, acne face. They're all wearing sweatpants too, which is like, I hope they wash them, because sweatpants, like a dense knit like that, is going to pick up the butt crust on a school chair real easy. But I really hate internet lefty misanthropy. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, misanthropy is an anti-leftist position because it's an anti-human position, and the whole point of social progressivism is to be a humanist. If those, like, it correlates a lot. It correlates a lot to the anti-birth rate stuff, to the anti-natalists. It does. I really think your perspective isn't that different from hers, TBH. The one where she's riding into the sunset in Dubai and she's saying it's okay for me to be selfish and not care about other people because society's hypocritical, man. Is it bait? Bait or retardation, call it. What do you want from me? I don't know, Vaush, the video starts with the framing of toxic individualism, but the campus language might be obscuring a good point about how collectivism can be in your self-interest. She's not progressive. Her argument is that because the world is unequal, she has a right to be personally selfish. She's not, like, it's just edgelord. There's no real, like, moral philosophy here. Like her saying, oh yeah, well, your society's genocidal. That's not, it's like a moral licensing. It's an excuse. It's not real. Your perspective is not different in the sense you've highlighted before how people from non-democratic countries say, like, Russia's apathetic towards democracy. But she lives in the West. Doesn't she live in Vietnam? I mean, she said she wasn't born in the West, but she lives there. Dubai's Western now. I think she's just visiting Dubai. But also Dubai is a little bit Western. No, she grew up in the West but lives in Dubai. How do you know? I don't know anything about this woman. How are we... Whatever. What are we even talking about? Political nihilism can be understandable if you live at a shithole. Well, it's always bad, but she's also not just a political nihilist. She's defending personal selfishness. In a really stupid, hypocritical way. Like, there's a genocide in Gaza, therefore I am not bound by the social contract. Stupid. Every narcissist thinks this way. Every sociopath frames their behavior in a like they rationalize it and they provide a moral defense to it. It's juvenile. It's embarrassing, really. I don't know. What's the lesson here? More people need to be bullied. I just see a lot of, like, really antisocial tendencies and misanthropy being enabled by online spaces. And I don't know. A lot of these people call themselves leftists too. Happy to see it's inviting so much robust, like, chat discussion. I get the same vibes from people who say I hate kids. Yup. Hating children is such a, like, giga red flag. Such a, like, yeah, like, low NQ misanthropy. You can find them annoying. Obviously, kids are annoying. That's like their fucking job, being annoying. But that's not the same as hating kids. Sometimes this, like, millennial, this performative anti-natalism where you're like, keep your crotch spawn out of my local cafe, just sickening anti-society shit. I'm a waiter. I hate kids. No, you hate inattentive parents, bucko. If I had kids and I was taking them to the restaurant, they asses would be saluting you when you came with the bill, okay? I would teach them the Japanese deep bow, specifically for service workers. If they knocked over a glass, I would have them on the fucking, like, on the ground. My son behaves at restaurants and he's only 15 months old. Okay, 15 months. Your son might be behaving at restaurants because of, like, a mote of dust catching the sunlight. You know, I don't know how much behavioral. I think at 15 months they're more like concerned with. I don't know, whatever the fuck you're on about at the time. Whatever you're doing at the time. I don't know. 15 months. Ba 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 ba. I don't know. Yeah. Well, anyway. I guess I don't really have a point here.